Five, four, three, two, one. Hi. Welcome. 472 days of reading the book of Revelation live on YouTube every single day until Jesus Christ returns. Let's begin with Revelation 1, verse 3, which says, "Blessed is the one who reads aloud the words of this prophecy, and blessed are those who hear, and who keep what is written in it, for the time is near." Yesterday we read chapter 16 from the book of Revelation, so we'll begin with Revelation chapter 17. Then one of the seven angels who had the seven bowls came and talked with me, saying to me, "Come, I will show you the judgment of the great harlot who sits on many waters, with whom the kings of the earth committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth were made drunk with the wine of her fornication." So he carried me away in the spirit into a wilderness, and I saw a woman sitting on a scarlet beast, which was full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. The woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet, and adorned with gold and precious stones and pearls, having in her hand a golden cup full of abominations and the filthiness of her fornication. And on her forehead a name was written: Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and of the abominations of the earth. I saw the woman drunk with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Jesus. When I saw her, I marveled with great amazement. But the angel said to me, "Why did you marvel? I will tell you the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carries her, which has 7 heads and 10 horns. The beast that you saw was, and is not, and will ascend out of the bottomless pit and go to perdition. And those who dwell on the earth will marvel, those whose names are not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they see the beast that was and is not, and yet is. Here is the mind which has wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sits. There are also 7 kings. 5 have fallen. 1 is, and the other has not yet come. And when he does come, he must continue for a short time. The beast that was and is not is himself also the 8th, and is of the 7, and is going to perdition. The 10 horns which you saw are 10 kings who have received no kingdom yet, but they will receive authority for 1 hour as kings with the beast. These are of one mind, and they will give their power and authority to the beast. These will make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb will overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings, and those who are with him are called and chosen and faithful." Then he said to me, "The waters which you saw, where the harlot sits, are peoples, multitudes, nations, and tongues. And the 10 horns which you saw on the beast, these will hate the harlot, make her desolate and naked, eat her flesh and burn her with fire. For God has put it into their hearts to fulfill his purpose, to be of one mind, and to give their kingdom to the beast, until the words of God are fulfilled. And the woman whom you saw is that great city which reigns over the kings of the earth." Ladies and gentlemen, that is Revelation chapter 17. Unfortunately, I forgot to charge my phone, so We are on 18%. Hey, what's up? Hi, Elizabeth. Very good to see you. Hi, Gail. Also, very good to see you. God bless you both. Too real, Brez. Very glad to see you as well. Hey, what's up, Shiver? Long time no see, my brother. I hope you're doing well. It's been so long, Shiver. I'll let you know. We're doing a 1-year Bible as well as our Revelation readings. And our 1-year Bible has an Old Testament reading and a New Testament reading and a Psalm and a Proverb. So when we started this, well, technically we actually started on September 23rd, but by the time we finish this, we'll have read the entirety of the Bible together. So, but yeah, it's very good to see all of you. I'm very glad to have you here, and may God bless you all in the name of Jesus Christ. We are going to move on to our Old Testament reading, which comes from the book of Leviticus in chapter 16, and it goes from 1629 to 1830. We might have to go kind of fast though, because my battery is draining quickly. So let's begin. This is to be a lasting ordinance for you. On the 10th day of the 7th month, you must deny yourselves and not do any work, whether native-born or a foreigner residing among you, because on this day atonement will be made for you to cleanse you. Then before the Lord you will be clean from all your sins. It is a Sabbath day of rest, and you must deny yourselves. It is a lasting ordinance. The priest who is anointed and ordained to succeed his father as high priest is to make atonement. He is to put on the sacred linen garments and make atonement for the most holy place, for the tent of meeting and the altar, and for the priests and all the members of the community. This is to be a lasting ordinance for you. Atonement is to be made once a year for all the sins of the Israelites. And it was done as the Lord commanded Moses. The Lord said to Moses, "Speak to Aaron and his sons and to all the Israelites and say to them, this is what the Lord has commanded. Any Israelite who sacrifices an ox or a lamb or a goat in the camp or outside of it, instead of bringing it to the entrance to the tent of meeting to present it as an offering to the Lord in front of the tabernacle of the Lord, that person shall be considered guilty of bloodshed. They have shed blood and must be cut off from their people. This is so the Israelites will bring to the Lord the sacrifices that they are now making in the open fields. They must bring them to the priest, that is, to the Lord, at the entrance to the tent of meeting, and sacrifice them as fellowship offerings. The priest is to splash the blood against the altar of the Lord at the entrance to the tent of meeting, and burn the fat as an aroma pleasing to the Lord. They must no longer offer any of their sacrifices to their goat idols, to whom they prostitute themselves. This is to be a lasting ordinance for them and for the generations to come. Say to them, any Israelite or any foreigner residing among them who offers a burnt sacrifice or offering and does not bring it to the entrance to the tent of meeting to sacrifice it to the Lord will be cut off from the people of Israel. I will set my face against any Israelite or any foreigner residing among them who eats the blood, and I will cut them off from the people. For the life of the creature is in the blood, and I have given it to you to make atonement for yourselves on the altar. It is the blood that makes atonement for one's life. Therefore I say to the Israelites, none of you may eat blood, nor may any foreigner residing among you eat blood. Any Israelite or any foreigner residing among you who hunts any animal or bird that may be eaten must drain out the blood and cover it with earth, because the life of every creature is in its blood. That is why I have said to the Israelites, you must not eat the blood of any creature, because the life of every creature is its blood. Anyone who eats it must be cut off. Anyone, whether native-born or foreigner, who eats anything found dead or torn by wild animals, must wash their clothes and bathe with water, and they will be ceremonially unclean till evening, and then they will be clean. But if they do not wash their clothes and bathe themselves, then they will be held responsible. The Lord said to Moses, "Speak to the Israelites and say to them, I am the Lord your God. You must not do as they do in Egypt, where you used to live. And you must not do as they do in the land of Canaan, where I am bringing you. Do not Lord your God. Keep my decrees and laws, for the person who obeys them will live by them. I am the Lord. No one is to approach any close relative to have sexual relations. I am the Lord. Do not dishonor your father by having relations with your mother. She is your mother. Do not have relations with her. Do not have sexual relations with your father's wife. That would dishonor your father. Do not have relations with your sister, either your father's daughter or your mother's daughter, whether she was born in the same home or elsewhere. Do not have relations with your son's daughter or your daughter's daughter. That would dishonor you. Do not have relations with the daughter of your father's wife, born to your father. She is your sister. Do not have relations with your father's sister. She is your father's close relative. Do not have relations with your mother's sister, because she is your mother's close relatives. Do not dishonor your father's brother by approaching his wife to have relations. She is your aunt. Do not have relations with your daughter-in-law. She is your son's wife. Do not have relations with her. Do not have relations with your brother's wife. That would dishonor your brother. Do not have relations with both a woman and her daughter. Do not have relations with either her son's daughter or her daughter's daughter. They are her close relatives. That is wickedness. Do not take your wife's sister as a rival wife and have sexual relations with her while your wife is living. Do not approach a woman to have relations during the uncleanness of her monthly cycle. Do not have relations with your neighbor's wife and defile yourself with her. Do not give any of your children to be sacrificed to Molech, for you must not profane the name of your God. I am the Lord. Do not have sexual relations with a man, as one does with a woman. That is detestable. Do not have relations with an animal and defile yourself with it. A woman must not present herself to an animal to have relations with it. That is a perversion. Do not defile yourselves in any of these ways, because this is how the nations that I am going to drive out before you became defiled. Even the land was defiled, so I punished it for its sin, and the land vomited out its inhabitants. But you must keep my decrees and my laws. The native-born and the foreigners residing among you must not do any of these detestable things. For all these things were done by the people who lived in the land before you, and the land became defiled. And if you defile the land, it will vomit you out. Such persons must be cut off from their people. Keep my requirements, and do not follow any of these detestable customs that were practiced before you came. And do not defile yourselves with them. I am the Lord your God. And that is our Old Testament reading for the day. I'm at 9%. We got to move on to our New Testament reading. It comes from the book of Mark, chapter 7, starting at verse 24. Jesus left that place and he went to the vicinity of Tyre. He entered a house and did not want anyone to know it. Yet he could not keep his presence secret. In fact, as soon as she heard about him, a woman whose little daughter was possessed by an impure spirit came and fell at his feet. The woman was a Greek, born in Syrian Phoenicia. She begged Jesus to drive the demon out of her daughter. "First, let the children eat all they want," he told her, "for it is not right to take the children's bread and toss it to the dogs." "Lord," she replied, "even the dogs under the table eat the children's crumbs." Then he told her, "For such a reply, you may go. The demon has left your daughter." She went home and she found her child laying on the bed and the demon gone. Then Jesus left the vicinity of Tyre and went through Sidon, down to the Sea of Galilee and into the region of the Decapolis. There some people brought to him a man who was deaf and could hardly talk, and they begged Jesus to place his hand on him. After he took him aside, away from the crowd, Jesus put his fingers into the man's ears, then he spit and touched the man's tongue. He looked up to heaven and with a deep sigh said to him, "Ephphatha," which means, "be opened." At this, the man's ears were opened, his tongue was loosened, and he began to speak plainly. Jesus commanded them not to tell anyone, but the more he did so, the more they kept talking about it. People were overwhelmed with amazement. "He has done everything well," they said. "He even makes the deaf hear and the mute speak." During those days, another large crowd gathered, and they had nothing to eat. So Jesus called his disciples to him and said, "I have compassion, for these people have already been with me 3 days, and they have nothing to eat. If I send them home hungry, they will collapse on the way, because some of them have come a long distance." His disciples answered, "But where in this remote place can anyone get enough bread to feed them?" "How many loaves do you have?" Jesus asked. "7," they replied. He told the crowd to sit down on the ground. When he had taken the 7 loaves and given thanks, he broke them, and he gave them to his disciples to distribute to the people. And they did so. They had a few small fish as well. He gave thanks for them and told the disciples to distribute them. The people ate and were satisfied. Afterward, the disciples picked up 7 basketfuls of broken pieces that were left over. About 4,000 were present. After he had sent them away, he got into the boat with his disciples, and he went to the region of Dalmanutha. And ladies and gentlemen, my phone is very, very low. We do have a psalm reading and a proverb reading for the day. But I'm thinking that maybe we'll read our psalm and our proverb tomorrow, since my phone is about to die. I'm going to put my bookmark right here for the psalm. And we'll just read, because it'll be Psalm 41. And so we'll probably read the entirety of Psalm 41 tomorrow, along with our Proverbs reading. But ladies and gentlemen, I love you guys so much. You're all so amazing and wonderful. Today's been 472 days of reading the book of Revelation live on YouTube every single day until Jesus Christ returns. I want to say again, thank you guys so much for being here with me. We'll be back tomorrow if God is willing. But until then, I just want to say again, thank you so much. I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful and perfect night. And as always, a better tomorrow. Good night, Elizabeth. God bless you.